Hey guys, welcome back to Medical Coding with Blue. Today's episode is the celebration of my 10,000th subscriber and some of the things that I've learned being a YouTuber with 10,000 subscribers. And of course, I'm going to do a special shout out thank you to some very special folks. So let us begin. If you are brand new to my channel, welcome. I am Blue. I'm a medical coder and I just hit 10,000 subscribers. I am so excited about this. I started my channel back in 2018, and while it has been a slow, somewhat progression, I have made progress over this time, and just by learning things along the way. And so I'm going to start out with the thank yous because I think that that is what is most important and first, and then I'm going to talk about some of the things that I have learned. So of course I can't start this without thanking my mother first. My mom, my whole channel is dedicated to her legacy. My mom passed away a few years ago, and doing this channel and having the spirit of her in mind, because my mom was always motivating, always encouraging, and it's what I needed to get through when I was in school. And I've always said on my channel that if you have a really good support system, you have everything. Because being an adult and going back to school, whether it's learning medical coding or any other field, is really sometimes a challenge. And when you think about it, as adults, we have so many reasons why we can't do something. And when you have somebody who tells you, yes, you can, even when you feel like you can't, it's everything. So, of course, I know that my mom would just be tickled to see the progress and everything, and just knowing that, I've done this and I've done this with her in mind. I think she would be proud. And of course, I always want to do things to make my mother proud. But so I have to thank my mom, because I wouldn't have my career if it wasn't for her. And of course, the byproduct of that is I wouldn't have my channel on YouTube. So thank you, Mom. I love you. And I have to thank my Uncle Kyle, who is the lightning force behind everything that I do now for the channel, because he's always giving me insight. He's always giving me direction and thoughts and ideas and everything. So he has been a very solid rock for me over the years, and I appreciate him more than he will ever know. And I thank him for everything that he's done for me. And thank you, Kyle. I love you. To my friend Jessica, I talk about my friend Jessica all the time. She is my very close friend. She was my supervisor. She was one of my first supervisors as a medical coder, and I am privileged to call her a friend now. She is beyond intelligent. She is a strong and inspiring woman, and she's my coding hero. So thank you, Jessica, for everything. I have to give a special shout out to my docs that I work with, my podiatrists and my orthosurgeons. I can't imagine being in a place working without people like you guys. You all have taught me so much, and I have learned so much from you guys, but their pillars of strength really has to go to the PAs. Alex, Jeff, Jennifer, James, and Amber. I thank all of you guys, because you all serve as inspiration for my episodes too, and my interactions with you guys. I have learned so much, and I feel privileged every day to work with you guys. And you guys give me something to look forward to every day, whether it is you're just being around you guys, or whatever I'm gonna learn from coding from your charts. I really appreciate it, and I'm so thankful. Thank you guys. To my two very close coworkers and that I call friends, Whitney and Hello Linda. I call her Hello Linda. It's an inside joke. Linda is one of those people that when you see her, you have to say hello. If you're talking to somebody, you got to stop and acknowledge her. You can't be in a conversation with somebody else. You got to talk to Linda. They are not they are not coders. Whitney and Linda are not coders, but they have certainly listened to me, and they certainly have been a wonderful sounding board for the times when I need advice. And I'm coming to them about, situations or whatever, or even just for comedic relief. So thank you to all of them. Thank you to Dr. Lynn. Now, Dr. Lynn is another YouTuber. I'm going to be leaving the YouTubers that I recommend in the description box below, their links. Dr. Lynn was literally the first doctor and YouTuber to do an interview with me. He actually gifted me the tripod and microphone that I use in a lot of my videos. And so thank you, Dr. Lynn. You know, it was you first reaching out to me and really, you know, just sort of like, it was just so brand new to me. And it was very exciting to do this interview with you, and it was very fun. And so I really appreciate it. And I want to thank you so much because you took a chance on me. I didn't have very many subscribers when we connected. I think I was at like a little over 2,000 subscribers at that time, maybe. And, you know, so he took a chance on somebody that was brand new. And so I really appreciate that. And, you know, you just taking the time and, of course, helping me with your tips was really great too. So thank you, Dr. Lynn. A special shout out to my Patreon subscribers. Thank you all for your generous support. Brian, Brian has a very, very big place in my heart because Brian, for my Patreon, he's been with me since almost the very beginning. He's been with me and he's seen me through bad thumbnails. He's seen me through dark, no lighting. So thank you, Brian. You serve as inspiration for me. I really do admire you. You are one of the most intelligent coders that I know. And I really appreciate all of your counsel and, of course, your comedic relief. I really do appreciate that as well. I love talking to you. You are one of my favorite people. And I have to thank Brandon. Brandon is also one of my Patreon subscribers. Brandon is an amazing guy. He graduated high school and he got his certification. This guy now has 3 and he's not even 20 yet. And the fact that he knows so much and the fact that he is so engaged into medical coding is just so inspiring. And I love talking to him too because of that energy that he has and his curiosity on how to code things. And it's amazing to be surrounded by so many wonderful people that have these gifts and these gifts of intelligence and these gifts of just these wonderful personalities is really the gift in itself. So thank you, Brandon. I really appreciate you. I am getting choked up, guys, so sorry. But finally, I have to thank Ray. Ray, you know who you are, Ray, and I look forward to your channel as well. Ray has always encouraged me. He's given me tips on what I can improve on my channel, and so I really appreciate that. Thank you, Ray. You're the man. So, what have I learned having 10,000 subscribers on YouTube? Well, I've learned that when you send a message out, it will reach the people that need it. And the people that it doesn't reach, and you'll know when this happens because they'll let you know. So the people that it does reach, you know, they will give you good feedback and they'll be out there. And sometimes you'll never know, right? It'll just be, well, you know, I watched this lady on YouTube and she inspired me, and she'll never know, but she sure did. And so that's amazing. It's amazing that I've had this experience because of that. And what I've learned is that you just have to get your message out, and you can't overthink your message, because whatever you do, there's always going to be some sort of criticism. There's always going to be some sort of, you know, critique or whatever. And so it really all depends on how you take it. Yeah, there's some people that are not going to like some of the things that you say, but it's the place that it's coming from. Where is it coming from is what you should think about it. And the more effort you put into these videos, you may not see the payoff right away. There's a lot of people that try to do like sub for sub. When I say I have 10,000 organic subscribers, I did not pay for any of these. I did not do sub for sub. I didn't do any of those little trickery things. This is literally just me in front of the camera talking to you guys and doing that. That is all my strategy has been. It hasn't been a calculated, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to try to do this and I'm going to try to do that. Everything that I do and everything that I share, it comes from me, and it comes from right here. And I don't script my videos. That's another thing that I've learned, is if I script my videos, it sounds too robotic. It doesn't sound organic. It sounds like fake, you know, and I never want to sound like that. I always want to sound genuine, you know, and there's going to be times when you're going to, like, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you're thinking about it, if you're debating it and you're like, should I or shouldn't I, should I or shouldn't I? It's entirely up to you, you know, but you can't, you know, go in expecting, oh yeah, I'm going to blow up and I'm going to have all these thousands of subscribers. This took some time and it took a lot of effort. And there's a lot of time that goes into these videos. There's a lot of energy, of course, that goes into these videos, because your energy in waking life, right, in your everyday life, is a lot more different from when you come on your channel and when you start filming. Because when you start filming, you know, the energy level can come down, so you have to really punch up your energy so that it can come out on camera. Because whatever you're feeling, trust me, it does come out on camera. And one of the things that I would have to say is you have to do 30 bad videos. I watched Think Media so that I could get my my videos more sophisticated. And Think Media has really helped with their tutorial videos. And one of their tutorial videos, they were talking about the energy levels that you're pushing out when you're talking in your videos. And they did say that, you know, you do have to kind of go up a little bit in your energy, because, you know, it's going to go down just a little bit. It's just like how they say, you know, that the camera changes things. Camera does change things. It also can change your energy level. So I know that for me, I have to have a certain level of energy. And I know that for me, when I'm doing something, especially on camera, that I need to bring as much of an A game as I possibly can. I'm only human. And that's what I have to tell myself too. I have to remind myself that on those times when I'm pressuring myself, like, oh, you know, am I doing this right? Am I saying this right? Or maybe I should be a little bit more this way or a little bit more that way. When I say things and when I'm talking, and, you know, sometimes people are like, wow, you know, that was like, you know, the swift kick in the butt that I needed, or, you know, that was very blunt. You know, that's how I am. I mean, like, literally, even in my everyday life, I am very blunt, because I don't think that when you're truly trying to be organic and honest, that all this fluffy stuff is not going to do anything. People would rather know the truth, and people would rather have it up front rather than just be like, oh, you know, decorated and pretty and stuff like that. Tell them the truth, especially adults. And especially adults that are transitioning into this field, or transitioning in life, really. Because I came from that place. I came from a place of transition when I got into medical coding. You know, I didn't really have a direction at that time. I was going through a divorce, and, you know, I had just gotten laid off from my job. And, you know, medical coding, and I've said it before, it saved me, and I will still say it. And it's continued to save me. The more I'm into it, the more that I study it, the more that I learn it, and the more that I tell others about it. and I tell others about it because they want to know, but I will also tell them the bad things too. I don't only say the good things. Every field is difficult, and every field has its points that are not so glamorous and not so great. But that is part of it, right? And so I always try to tell people up front that this is what this is. And, you know, I hope that you're ready, because, you know, I found so much joy. You know, I feel lucky because there's people that spend their entire careers hating what they do. They don't like it. They always say, well, if I won the lottery, I would do this, and I would quit my job and I would do this. I don't think I would quit. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't quit because of the simple fact that I think I would lose my inspiration for my videos, and I would lose my inspiration not being around people. And you know, being around and having those relationships with my providers, and going through and actively looking at documentation and things like that, I would lose inspiration that way if I didn't have that. So, that is something that, I think about. And, sharing it here on YouTube has been a very cathartic experience. I share a lot about the field. I share some about my life, but more so about the field than anything else. And there's a huge vulnerability to doing this, right? Because people get to know you, and they get to know, oh, well, she seems like she's tired today. I've been told that before. You look tired. And I'm like, oh, wow, thanks, or, they talk about, everything, and people get where they feel like they get comfortable with you, and they get to know you. And there's a vulnerability to that. And there's a vulnerability to having so much of you on YouTube, right? And doing these videos and taking the time to do these. I know I'm over 500 videos now. I haven't even I haven't looked, but I really am looking forward to the future and what my channel is going to bring. And I'm always going to bring information that is straightforward, and it's going to come from a good place. And I know that the people that this message is going to reach, it's going to reach them. And everything else, I'm not going to worry about, because that's not how I live my life. I don't surround myself with anything that's negative, and that's just how I choose to be. And because of that, I've been able to see the very good in medical coding, and I've been able to deal with anything that comes my way because of my insistence at, being in that positive frame of mind, because that is, to me, that is the only way to live, being realistic, but at the same time, always remembering that there's positives out there, more positives than there are negatives. So having 10,000 subscribers is a huge responsibility, and it takes a lot of commitment. For sure, it takes a lot of commitment, and listening to your audience is huge. Sometimes people I've heard from people that they say, well, how do you stay inspired? How do you keep, so many different shows every night? Because I film 5 nights a week. There are some YouTubers that don't have that have that crazy schedule, and there's others that are filming 7 days a week. I watch some YouTubers that do 7 days a week, and it's just what they do. I mean, they're very comfortable, and you get comfortable after a while with the camera. So it's just a matter of just actually going through the process, going through the motions, and going through until you hit your stride and you start to be comfortable. And I think that when you do that, that's when people can see the authenticness in you. And it's not about trying to people please either, but it is about listening to your audience. What are they asking you? What are they looking for? And so a lot of times my shows are surrounded by, or the inspiration for those shows is because of the viewers, and it's because of what they've asked for. So I mean, that's just how I've done my shows, and I will continue to do the shows. I will continue to have that open conversation, because when you start talking, that's when relationships get so much better. And I've learned that from my providers, and I've learned that from here, from my viewers, my regulars that come in and they watch me every night when the weeknights when I'm live in the chat box. I haven't done a live yet. I gotta get better with the lives, guys. But I will. So, that's always in the cards, and that's up next, and that's the plan. So that is what I plan on doing. But everything comes with time. And, if you're gonna start, you just gotta go. You just gotta start. You can't get down on yourself if your growth is slow, because it happens. But trying to do that sub for sub and do all this, that's not paying for subscribers. No, that's not good, because then how do you truly know who your audience is? I know for me, I have 10,000 people who hit that subscribe button, who hit that like button. I've gotten more than 10,000 likes, obviously. But, you know, I've had that many people, 10,000 subscribers, say yes to me. And hopefully they get notified when I put out a new video. But, you know, hey, I'm just happy they subscribed. And for those that I have to earn their subscription by, you know, putting out really good content, good, because it keeps me in check. It keeps me making sure that my content stays new and fresh and exciting. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. It means everything to me, and I will take this responsibility and I will keep running with it. So here's to the next 90,000. And I will see y'all on the next episode. Bye.